Hey guys, Troy here, back with another video today. If you saw my last video where I kind of changed my mind on the basketball market, you'll know that these things happen. And that kind of got me thinking, well, what else have I changed my mind about? And there were 3 things that I've changed my mind about and I think could be helpful for you guys as you guys go on your sports card journey and maybe open up your mind to a different way of looking at things. Some of you guys might not need your minds changed, or you already believe what I believe now, or you don't want to change your mind, but regardless, I think it'll be a fun video. So with that being said, let's just get into it. When I first started out, I was solid in my rules, rookie cards only. And while I still think that's true, that you should focus on rookie cards, and traditionally and historically they do hold the most value, I would still think they're probably the safest thing. I think there's a lot of value outside of those. To be fair to myself, I think kind of my perception on non-rookie cards was a little warped with the ones that people talked about most of the time. I'll give you 2 examples. The first one would be people talking about Trae Young second years and even Luka Doncic second years to an extent. People were saying their prisms are getting so expensive, we should buy their second year prisms, and then people are gonna want these once these are out of their price range. And that still could, end up working out for them, but I would say in general, at least when it comes to base second year prisms, or probably with most of their other second year stuff, so far, I don't think it's been a profitable exercise. For instance, Trae Young, second year Prism, these are coming back from PSA because people really were submitting these, I don't know, almost a year ago, because it was kind of like something people were saying to do. And in a PSA 9, they're selling for $15. So not even getting your cost of grading back as it stands right now. And that's okay, it happens. Maybe it's worth rolling the dice on what were probably pretty cheap cards for them to pick up anyways. But the second example of what really kind of turned me off non-rookie cards is way worse than that. And that is when people were saying before the Lakers playoff run to pick up LeBron Prism 2019 in a PSA 10. And I even have a clip, I think, back in the olden days, the early days of the channel, of me saying, whoa, I don't think this is something we should be buying. And when I saw the price, I was legitimately floored and shocked. The silver Prism of LeBron from this year in a PSA 10 is going for $1,600. To me, guys, that is just insane. People are gonna say, oh, if he wins the championship, that's gonna be a really valuable card. People are gonna want that. There might be a chance it does. That has never, ever been the trend historically. And okay, fine, especially in the last couple of videos, I've been kind of pumping up my picks a little bit, so allow me to indulge myself. But usually I don't say like, oh, I have such great predictions, or other people are making bad predictions. But this one, I have to show you something. Let's go to the graph. So this 2019 Prism in a PSA 10 was up at $800. And I wish I remembered who it was, but there was people, content creators, pumping this, saying this is, it's his first one in a Lakers uniform. It's gonna be legendary when he wins the championship. I think this is a good buy. And we all make mistakes, right? I've said there's things that could be a good buy and it ended up not being good. Other people make mistakes, it happens. But if you saw this card at $800 and you told people, hey, I think you should buy this base Prism, you should be in jail. I don't usually speak in those harsh of terms, but I remember this, and this really rubbed me the wrong way and made me not like non-rookie cards. I'm a fan of 2014 Prism World Cup to an extent, but that doesn't really count. I personally recently have been buying some second year cards of real legends and vintage people. I wish I had like better, clearer pictures, but I'm moving and grooving a little bit here, so I'll put them up though. I recently picked up Tim Duncan Topps Chrome Refractor, Tracy McGrady Topps Chrome Refractor, Tim Lincecum, kind of a random one, but a big part of my childhood, his Topps Chrome Refractor, and also a Thierry Henry second year card. And I think these will end up, maybe, you never know, end up being somewhat of an investment. I kind of just bought them because they were cool to me. Even though they weren't rookie cards, I still felt like they had a lot of value. Those ones I mentioned are, gonna be relatively low pop. And once again, you don't want to base what's going to happen in the market purely off just your personal feelings. But when I saw what LeBron James refractors from other years were going for, Who knows? Maybe there'll be a market for these down the road, but regardless, at least from a PC perspective, I'm definitely happy to have them. Now, I haven't fully changed my mind. I'm not gonna say, rush out and buy Trae Young second year Prisms or even Luka's, but I do think there's some validity to the idea of, they're especially early cards, especially early cards of people's career. I think they will be desirable, even if they're not a rookie, but it's more of a gamble because the demand is not set like it is for rookies, but something I've come around on for sure. Next one, buying off sites like eBay. Now this one might be the most controversial. I'm sure there's people watching, oh my God, you thought eBay was the only place to buy cards? Yeah, and you're probably right, but let me explain myself first. First, I will say, if you're dealing with cheaper cards, especially maybe raw cards, like what everyone gets into when they're started out, I'm not sure, at least in my experience, right, how much you're saving really going off eBay. Because there's things fall through the cracks, especially with these raw, $10 cards. You can get some really good deals on eBay if you're quick looking for lots. And for me, I think it's almost a better use of your time just being really active on eBay if you're dealing with these lower value cards. But actually, to be honest, here we go. It's the point of the video. I'm changing my mind even as I speak of it, because I have found some amazing deals in dollar boxes and stuff like that. So maybe if you're starting out on a small budget and you are lucky enough to go to a card show or something, there's something to be said for that as well. I guess once again, I kind of got rubbed the wrong way, just like the first one, when I was buying things like raw Luka Prisms or Trae Youngs or stuff when I was first starting out. The cards would be, let's just call it $30 on eBay, and I would try to make deals with people on Facebook or Instagram, and they'd be asking for $40-50 and they wouldn't even be able to match the eBay comps. Maybe that's because of the people who play in the modern basketball market, or I just got unlucky, or that's what it is with lower value cards, or who knows, maybe I was even in the wrong in that situation. But regardless, early on, I did not have good experiences at all off eBay. But now, especially if you're getting into the higher end market, those connections are key, because the cards are hard to find. A lot of times there's been certain things I've been looking for, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't find them on eBay. Or the lowest buy now is $10,000 on eBay, and someone's willing to sell it for me for $2,500 off eBay. So there's the connections and people, and this is not about taking advantage of people, but the connections are so important, because also you guys are saving a ton of money. I would say that's the other thing. If it's a $20 card and you're selling on eBay, it's, you're only losing like $1 or something to eBay, so it's hardly worth going through all that effort of being off eBay. But if you're selling an $1,000 card on eBay, you're losing almost $150 just from those fees. So it's worth your time to make connections with other people. And for both of you, it's great to have that connection so you can make deals off eBay. But not just personal connections, my slabs, I continue to be impressed about the stuff I'm able to find on there. Just looking at Instagram stories, I've made great deals. Facebook, I keep talking about it, but especially for soccer, I've made so many great deals on there. I'm still a little bit on the fence about, the $100 or less type cards, buying them off eBay, but I'm open to hear your guys' experiences with that. But especially once you kind of get into those more expensive cards, I think one of the best places to buy is definitely off eBay with your personal connections, but also sites like Facebook and MySlabs. And the last one, number 3, is a really quick one, because I'm dangerously close. I don't want to go into broken record territory, so I'm just going to combine the two. And that would be, I've changed my mind on buying graded cards and buying mid-tier guys. The first one with graded cards, I went into greater detail in it. I have a video with my PSA graded card strategy, so if you really want to hear me get into the numbers, check that out. But basically the short of it was, when I started out, I just could not fathom paying extra money for something I could get for cheaper. Or also even just the purpose of grading in general. I was like, wait, this card by itself is worth $30, and just because I put it in a case with a certain number on it, it's now worth, $700? I was like, I just want the card. Why would I ever pay $700 for the case? Or even more than that, I was talking through my friends who have been in the hobby for a while, and I was like, wait, so if I buy this card for $20 and I get it graded for $15, it'll be worth a minimum of $60. Why would I not just grade everything? Why would I not just grade everything I can find? And my friends tried to explain it to me, and they're like, yeah, you know, the numbers work out, but we're just telling you, you might want to consider graded cards. It's just easier, it's less stress, you can move in and out of things. And it was hard for me. I did listen to them, and I still did buy graded cards, but just for me, it didn't make sense. I was like, man, grading is the greatest thing in the world. And I'm still grading cards. I've done really well. You guys will do really well, so I'm not going to discourage you from grading completely. But I guess just what I've changed my mind about is just because the margin is there, or, you know, sometimes I guess the main thing I've changed my mind about is even if you hypothetically could make more profit if you're doing that raw grading game with a certain card, in a lot of cases, it's just worth it just to buy the graded card already so you have it. And the last part of combined number 3 would be buying mid-tier guys. I think it's a common trend. Everyone I've talked to, when you first get in, you really want to use your basketball knowledge, your soccer card knowledge, or whatever, and you're like, oh, there's some underlooked guy. And I think it's actually our natural human instinct is to be deal finders and not to, why would I pay $1,000 for LeBron? He's not 100 times better than, I don't even know who. I'm not gonna make the comparison, but you know what I'm trying to say. And there is still something to be said. I buy PSA 9s, I buy young guys, I buy undervalued guys, and you can still do well on it. But I guess I've just changed my mindset of, you don't always, looking for the absolute cheapest deal and cheapest player, a lot of times is not gonna work out for you. And sometimes it's worth it for you to kind of pay up to have that star player on the championship team as opposed to the second guy, or, you know, get the silver instead of the base if you can afford it. But all right, guys, those are just a couple things I've changed my mind about. Comment down below, what have you changed your mind about? What kind of things are you thinking differently about now? I'd be really interested to see, and maybe it can help all of us here. But if you enjoyed the video, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we're gonna keep the videos coming. Thanks again.